What's going on, guys? It's Buttcluck Gaming. I'm here with...
Ryan Ruhl.
All right, Ryan, what did you do today?
I went X1 at the Milwaukee Regional, got second place.
Hell yeah, buddy.
With
All right.
ORCUST, by the way.
With ORCUST. I was about to say, what deck are you playing? All right, any shout-outs?
Yeah, first shout out to my boy Josh, who went X3 drop, but he stayed here the whole time with me. Shout out to my boy Admin from the Teller Night Discord. He gave me this mat. Good luck all day. Shout out to my wife, and shout out to my nephew Tucker, because I missed his graduation for this. Sorry.
Hey, he did a good thing today. All right, let's get on with that deck profile. What do you got for monsters?
So we'll just do engine-wise. So 3 Gearsu, 3 Harp, 2 Skelly, 1 Foolish. These are your ORCUST starters, so you got 10. You could probably play 1 Skelly, but 2 gives you good follow-up, and it's a good starter. Like, it gets you into FIENDSMITH stuff, gets you into ORCUST stuff. It's fine. Right. For the bricks of the ORCUST engine, 1 Crown, 1 Babel, 1 Crescendo. Probably the biggest thing to note here is that there is no Nightmare, and there is no Want. Those cards are bricks. They suck.
They suck.
ORCUST Nightmares,
simple as that.
To be fair, ORCUST Nightmare is like my favorite ORCUST card, but like they just don't do anything by themselves. These cards all get you somewhere, and you're already mandatory playing these 3 bricks on top of like FIENDSMITH engine bricks. Like the last thing you want is to just dilute your deck with more and more bricks, and then you draw them, and then you can't play. So I was just trying to streamline it, and there was never a time where I thought, man, Nightmare to Wand would really save me right now. So
Okay.
that's kind of where that's at.
Is that just the main engine there?
This is the main engine of the deck. This bridges both Harp, Symbol, and Gearsu. They all bridge into FIENDSMITH wonderfully, and they set you up at least 1 ORCUST interruption as well. Skelly's the worst one, but I mean, I just want to be able to play the game. As long as I can play the game, you're good. So
there you go.
Maxing out on the starters, the good starters that we can, and just making sure we get where we go.
Getting second place with ORCUST is crazy.
Then we got the FIENDSMITH engine, so 3 Engraver, Lacrima, Lurie, 2 Tract, and then the Brick Paradise.
Just the mandatory.
Yeah, so any of the ORCUST cards bridge into these beautifully, so inherently Harp and Gearsu just play through 1 hand trap because they will always go through the FIENDSMITH line that will force or bait something out like a Nib or sometimes Impulse unless they know to hold it for Harp. But even then, if they do, you still end on like Desiree and a Paradise plus like 4 hand traps or something. So it usually works out pretty well. You could cut track to 1. I like playing 2. I just wanted to have as many starters as possible. So like the actual starters are 3 Gearsu, 3 Harp, 2 Skelly, 1 Foolish, so that's 10.
Have you been seeing those all day?
Yes. 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So technically 17 cards that do something. Of course, this card sucks. I don't want to see it. But you just need as many ways to play the game as possible. That way you can make sure you can push, you can play. If you can play, you have an opportunity to win. I wasn't playing Paradise for a while, but I think it's a good card. I would just play it.
Alrighty.
So 4 like bricks, 5 if you count Lurie. Don't want to do anymore. The rest of the deck, can you believe it, is hand traps.
Hey, I believe it. That's been the biggest thing for this format.
3 Fua, 3 Droll, 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 3 Imperm, 1 Mag, 1 Druid.
Oh my gosh.
I did not main deck Perulia. I honestly probably could have done that instead of Imperm, but I don't know. I just feel like the times where you go first and then you brick on Charmies just isn't worth it. Bell was really strong all day today. I dueled 4 Malice players.
Oh, yeah.
And Bell came up a lot. My one loss was to Malice, but I think I 2-0'd every other one. It's just really tough to play through the ORCUST board. Like, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. You have so much follow-up from the FIENDSMITH cards and the ORCUST cards, and then a bunch of hand traps to back it up. I didn't fight any Mitsu Rizal. It was mostly Malice, Fire King, Memento, and then 2 other decks I don't remember, probably also Malice. So Droll wasn't like super impactful, but I would still probably keep it in.
Keeping them in. Yeah, that's fair.
Especially for Nats, like there's going to be a lot of Mitsurugi, and
for sure.
That's good. Nib was also pretty good. Because you're playing so many hand traps, just Nib paired with any other hand trap.
How many people played into that today?
Quite a few. I don't think many people were expecting Nib. And on top of that, it's hard to play around. Like, even if I was dueling Mitsu, I don't really care because to get the most advances off of the Mitsu cards, you want to tribute all of your guys, bring them all back, and get the special summon effects. So by the time it gets to the end of the turn, you can nib them, and then they won't come back. They've already used all the cards, so they lose a lot of advantage off of that. And then you start with a body on the board, so you can just normal summon a guy, do Fiendsmith combo, or just
There you go.
extra body for ORCUST Link plays. So that was the main deck, 40 cards, 20 engine, 20 hand trap, simple.
20 inches.
For the extra deck, first we got the boys, girls, I guess, and
There
Torchic.
you go.
And then one Galatea Eye, one Galatea, one Long Girsu, one Enla Girsu, one Ding Girsu. Only one of each of these. There were times where I wish I would have had maybe 2 of the Link one, maybe 2 Galatea, maybe 2 Ding, but the space is just too tight to fit the Fiendsmith cards. And this is totally workable. Like, you could totally work with this. You might have to think a little bit more about how you're doing stuff, but each one of these cards just recycles each other back. So Long Girsu, I did once put back Galatea and Ding, and then I just made Ding on top, and then went from there. So you don't need more than one, but it can suck at times. Link 4 is MVP. This card is OP. You should just OTK.
You made that the whole time?
Yeah, like
today?
this not even going first, but really going second.
Okay.
Because it just helps you OTK without anyone knowing what's going on. You get to non-target take control of a monster your opponent controls forever. The effect's not negated; it's just yours. I think the biggest thing that came up was I took a lot of red ransoms for Malice players, and that keeps them off of the red ransom, so they can't recycle it, so they can't get their engine rolling again. And it's because you own it; it swaps the attack and defense of their stuff. So you just, it's just good. Then for Fiendsmith stuff, Moon, Requiem, Sequence, Agnumde, Desiree, this lady, Caesar. These cards are also very good. Every single one of them came up. Sometimes if you get stopped, you just pass on Necroquip and a few hand traps, get some draws. Eventually you'll get into your engine. The last round versus Malice, we were kind of top decking. It was interesting. I forced us into a top deck war because I know that I have more 1-card starters than he does. So even whether you draw the Fiendsmith cards or the ORCUST cards, they just put so much pressure. They're just good. Good card, good.
There you go.
And then the last spots were Chaos Angel, IP, SV. This is honorary ORCUST cards. You don't always make them turn 1. You don't need to, but sometimes you can. It came up once where I made it turn 1. Otherwise, even just as a follow-up, if you can't kill them, which you usually do with the new Link 4, if you can't kill them, you end on like Link 4 Crescendo IP with all your follow-up engraved, and like they're just not breaking it. Especially versus Malice, you just get them really low. You get them to like 1,600 life points. Even if they can try pushing through it, they're just gonna run out of life points. You're just gonna kill them. So that's fine. All these cards are good.
Alrighty.
I don't know. They're being crazy over here.
I see them.
So that was
that was the main deck, right?
main and extra for side deck.
What's the side deck looking?
Obligatory 3 Lancia,
There's
3
there's
Perulia,
that.
2 Meows.
Only 2?
Yeah, I do have a third, but like
Okay.
once you play, because I'm already maining 3 Fua, I'm gonna side in the 3 Perulia. I'm gonna side in the 2 Meows versus Malice, but I don't want to brick on too many. Like, it's fine, and I wanted to make room for callback, so
There you go.
that's why I cut it down. And these don't come up in every matchup, whereas Perulia does, so I wanted to play 3 Perulia and only 2.
Have you ever thought about cutting Perulia just down to 2, or
No.
just do more?
I think this just does more into everything. This does something into every deck. You at least get 1 draw, whereas Meows just does nothing into some decks.
Yeah, that's fair.
So most decks have to play in Perulia. Perulia and Fua are more impactful. This is just specifically. And at that point, I have like 15 cards silent for Malice, so it's like...
Okay. I think everybody really over-prepared for Malice.
Yeah.
And I barely seen it today. I have
all I
not
saw.
fought a single Malice player at all today. It was nothing but Mitsurugi.
I did not see any Mitsu, bless, but I did main Droll for it. Didn't matter. But definitely a lot of Malice, because I'm glad I had these in here for it. Then 3 Droplet, 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Duster, 1 Callby. Callby for Lancia, and just... It's honestly kind of like a board breaker into Mitsu and Malice, because like if they leave White Binder in the graveyard, they go to bring it back, you can call by it, it stops it, because that's the biggest interruption against their deck. If they banish 3 cards, you're cooked. It's also just good into Mitsu stuff. They tribute the one of the snakes, and they try to bring it back, and you just call by it, whatever. It's fine. I didn't activate it at all, but theoretically it's good.
There you go.
And then also in a regional, you fight Rogue, so like these are like maybe if I came across a back row deck, and then also Droplet it just has a lot of synergy with your deck, being able to send cards and negate cards for basically free. And like some decks just put up too much boards, like even through hand traps, that I wanted something to draw into off of the Charmies that maybe helped. So theoretically, this was for MILWAUKEE, but of course I didn't face it. I still sided in a few times, just to have something. Even going first, like it's kind of better than Imperm.
Another cool side deck card that I seen today was Evenly Matched.
Yeah.
That was really weird, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's unexpected.
I thought about Evenly, but I felt really confident in my ability to kill in this deck, so I didn't want to give it the battle phase.
Okay.
Like, I think it's totally fine. You can build this deck to not have to kill. Like, the follow-up is incredible, and you can clear the board really easy. In Engine, you can just send, like, 5 cards from your opponent's field to the graveyard. Like, this, it's wild. It's crazy.
It's insane.
And Droplet going first or second, because the Link 4 has the... Where is it? He's somewhere in here. His second effect is when he's sent from the field to the graveyard. During that turn, you can banish him to non-target send another card in the field of the graveyard. So Droplet can just force trigger that too, like if you go first and you want to draw it. So, yeah, that's the side.
That's practically it.
That's my deck. That's it.
Well, congratulations on getting that invite for second place. Actually, that's like crazy, especially for ORCUST. That's like
ORCUST best deck.
yeah. There you go. All right. Any final shout outs before we sign off here?
Just shout out to everyone that I know, all the Ed Heads and the people from Misty Mountain Gaming and my friend Dustin and Josh and Aaron and all the people. You know who you are, and I love you guys. And thanks.
Alrighty. We'll see you at Nationals, right?
Yep.
All right.